It was in June 2016 when Britons voted to leave the European Union. The result of the referendum pitted the British government against the European bloc and sent shockwaves across financial markets. Britain has ever since been engaged in tough talks with EU partners on the terms of its exit.
We are seeing a broader change in a broader global trade finance, which United Kingdom is right now seeing it, and they're saying, wait a second, do we want to be closer to the European common market, or do we want to be closer to the Eurasian market? And that's what they're picking, which is the Eurasian market.
Major European countries say they are determined to give Britain a hard time so that no other EU member state would ever contemplate leaving the bloc. The referendum results reveal that Britain is deeply divided over Brexit. Over 17,400,000 Britons voted out, while over 16 million voted to remain in the European Union. The British government insists there is no going back on the result of the June 2016 vote, but many experts believe that the government is trying to water down Brexit and hammer out a deal with Europe so that even when Brexit takes effect, the UK will not fully separate from the bloc. Many Britons who voted to leave the EU want the government to deliver fully and swiftly. British media say many people who favour a speedy Brexit are getting restless. They want the whole process to be completed as soon as possible. Fervent supporters of Brexit in some communities in the north of England say there will be mass riots, hysteria and even a civil war if Brexit is not fully delivered.
Whether Brexit delivers or not, there is a side of it which we call it populism of the Brexit, which means more nationalistic sentiments, in a way more independent United Kingdom, getting away from this European market. But the truth of the matter is what UK, in particular the populist movement, are seeing is they're seeing that there is an expectation with Brexit, which means getting away from EU. Therefore, it could be equivalent to more economic growth. If that does not happen, that means the populism portion of Brexit is going to cause a lot of damage, riots, and political, if you will, upheaval for the country.
The situation has revealed a deepening divide in the British society and growing distrust of the government. Many pro-Brexit communities are fearful that London politicians could be working behind the scenes to find a way to avoid a full Brexit.
From a political standpoint, it is what the politicians will be selling. And nowadays, politicians are selling pretty much everything, and UK is no exception. On the social front, we will have social problems with Brexit because essentially this means removing yourself from the European common market, but also it will have negative consequences for the broader market. Probably less immigration, which means UK economy is going to be more one-sided than multidimensional. So that's going to be social elements of it.
The road to Brexit has been a bumpy one. There have been many roadblocks in the path to a final deal between London and the EU. The main sticking points are currently Irish border issues, the future status of EU immigrants in the UK, and future trade regulations. EU leaders insist that the UK has to be fully out of the bloc by the end of 2020. All eyes are on Prime Minister Theresa May to see how she will handle the challenges both at the EU level and at home. She's been facing growing opposition to her policies, even from her own cabinet. Observers believe the coming years will be the most challenging any British government has ever experienced.